Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. As always, it's me, Ivan, and today I'll be showing you another great value for money watch. It's from a brand called Militado, and it's an homage of the Tudor Black Bay 58. It's very nicely made, and at some point in this video, I'll show you how it compares next to my 41mm Black Bay with a red bezel. Before we jump into the actual review, I just want to say that this watch was sent to me for a review by Militado themselves, but those of you who end up interested in buying it, you can do so by visiting their official website, which is militadowatch.com. This model is available in two different colors, and the price of it is $149, which is not bad at all. However, you can get it for $119 if you use the discount code that's appearing on the screen right now. Militado also has an AliExpress store, and I'll leave that link in the description and comment section down below for you to check it out. Alright guys, let's start with the dimensions now. Just like the watches I've shown you in the last couple of videos, this Militado is fairly compact. It has a case diameter of 38mm, the lug to lug is 46, and it is a true lug to lug since the end links of the bracelet are female. Then we've got the thickness, which including the domed sapphire crystal is 13mm, while the space between the lugs is 20. And finally, I have to mention the weight. I had to remove 3 links to get a perfect fit, and that brought the weight down to 133 grams. Speaking of a perfect fit, here's what the watch looks like on my 17cm or 6.7 inch wrist. In my opinion, it couldn't look any better than this, but hey, I might be a little bit biased since I absolutely love the Black Bay design. In addition, this watch feels very comfortable thanks to the fantastic bracelet, which I want to remind you once again, it comes with female links, and this is something that really helps with the overall wearability. Next, I want to say a few words about the design. It's quite similar to the Tudor Black Bay, which probably is the reason why you may want to get the Militado. However, it's not exactly the same. The most noticeable differences are the bezel and the crown. As you can see, the bezel on the Militado is significantly thicker, while the crown is a bit thinner, and it has a different knurling than the Black Bay or Black Bay 58. There are a few other differences, but they aren't worth wasting your time. What's important is that the watch looks great, and for $119, it is one of the best BB58 lookalikes you can buy. When it comes to the build quality and the finishing, I'm telling you straight away guys that this Militado is playing in the same league as St. Martin watches. It's made of 316L steel. The single domed sapphire crystal offers excellent clarity, and the bezel comes with a black matte ceramic insert. In addition, since this is a dive watch, Militado has equipped it with a screw-down crown and case back in order to achieve a water resistance of 200 meters. So yeah, the build quality is pretty great here, the tolerances are very tight, and overall it just feels very solid and very well made. In addition, the finishing is excellent as well. You're getting vertical brushing for the most part. Only the beveled edges on the case and the sides of the bracelet are high polished. The brushing, as you can see, is very fine and consistent. It's not as fine as the one on the actual Black Bay, but it's pretty close, especially when you don't look at it from such a close distance. And as I said a moment ago, you can expect the same level of quality and finishing as you would from St. Martin watches, and that of course is a huge compliment for the Militado. The bracelet is just as great. All the links are solid, and as you just saw, it's finished very nicely. The articulation is very good as well, and it tapers down to 16mm where it meets the clasp. The clasp is milled. It's a Rolex style clasp, but without the glide lock feature. Instead, you get 5 micro adjustment points, which are a bit tricky to reach, but not impossible by any means. In fact, I used the spring bar tool that came with the watch, and I was able to do it without too much hassle. The bracelet, on the other hand, is a bit more challenging to size since it uses double head screws. Again, it's not impossible, you just need 2 screwdrivers, a little bit of patience, and someone else to help you. By the way, I'm a big fan of the rivets, and I'm glad that Militado hasn't got rid of them. Moving on, guys, I want us to have a closer look at the dial. The layout is the same as the one on the Black Bay, and so it provides great legibility. In addition, everything is very well machined, there aren't any imperfections, and the handset, the indices, as well as the bezel are filled with Super Luminova BGW9, and here it is what it looks like in the dark. As you would expect, it's pretty great. The bezel fades away a bit quickly, but the hands and the indices remain visible for a very long time. So the dial definitely delivers in terms of legibility both during the day and during the night as well. The only thing that I must point out here is that the hands and the indices are not the exact same white color. To me, it's not a big deal as I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to colors, and most of the time I don't even notice it. But if you're looking for it, then you would definitely see the difference every time you check the time, so keep it in mind. Before we move on to the movement, let's check the bezel action. It's quite nice. It's a bit similar to Seiko's bezel action, except that this one is not so spongy and it's a bit stiffer. In fact, most of the time I need to grab it like this, especially if my hands are sweaty, in order to be able to turn it. Once you get it going though, it's perfectly fine. There's just a little bit of backplay, which I consider normal, and as you can see, it lines up perfectly. The last thing we need to talk about is the movement. What we've got here is one more watch with a Seiko NH35 inside. It's the date version, so the first pull of the crown does nothing since we don't have a date window. Personally, I'm not bothered by it at all. What I care about is the accuracy and reliability, which, as you know, the NH35 delivers plenty of. In fact, this one is running just 2 seconds fast per day, and as you can see, the beat error is very low as well. I would like to add here that the crown might seem a bit thin, but it's easy to grab and use, it feels very sturdy, and it screws in right away. Guys, the bottom line is Militado has made one very impressive watch for the money. I'm very pleasantly surprised with the overall package here, and I definitely recommend it to anyone who wants to experience the Tudor design for a fraction of the price. My only suggestion to Militado is, please make an all blue model. I think it will be great if you do so. Thanks for staying until the end, everyone. If you enjoyed today's video, please help me out and give it a like. And to those of you who are new to the channel, consider subscribing so that you don't miss my next video, which will be about something quite a bit bigger in terms of size than this Militado. Thanks again, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.